Welcome to Tail Talk Grooming Chronicles with Hound Therapy, the podcast where we talk all things pet grooming, daycare, academy, and more. Hosted by Shannon and Tanya of Hound Therapy, serving pet owners across North Texas. We're here to share expert tips, hilarious pet stories, and the inside scoop on keeping your furry friends happy and healthy. Our motto, humanity over vanity. And don't worry, we don't bite. Let's get started.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Bath time can be a splashy disaster or a spa-like experience, depending on how you do it. Shannon and Tanya share their top tips for making dog baths stress-free for both you and your pup. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sophia Yvette, co-host / producer, back in the studio with Shannon and Tanya. Shannon and Tanya, how's it going?
It's good. We're having a great day.
Great. So, Shannon and Tanya, what are some general bath care tips for dogs?
Number one would be wet your dog first. We have a hydration system that's in here, so it mixes our shampoo with the water. So a lot of people will take some shampoo and put it on your dog and you try to scrub it in. Most dogs have an extra layer or a water barrier of some sort, and definitely some oil and grease. So you're not able to get to the skin. The most important thing to remember is getting to the skin is 100% the key. It's kind of like washing your hair. You don't want to just wash the ends of your hair. You want to get to the scalp. That's where all of the dirt lies. So then when you're rinsing it, that rinses through the hair and kind of cleans it. So using the proper shampoos, making sure that your shampoos, if they're a concentrate, make sure that they are diluted. Make sure you get to the skin and make sure you rinse them thoroughly. Cleaning out the ears. You don't want any water left inside. So an alcohol-based or something that the vet has given you. We clean our ears with an alcohol-based ear infection prevention cleaner. So it dries up any water that may have gotten down into the ears. Face, tail, butts. Obviously, you want to make sure you get the private areas really clean. Yeah. The stinky parts. Anal glands is something that we do in here. If you're able to do this at home or take them to your vet, sometimes your dog will just smell. So they get an odor in there. We don't want that. We also brush our teeth in here as well. Hot pads. But those are the things that we do. Make sure you use proper shampoo. Make sure it's diluted properly. Make sure that you don't leave any water left in the ears. And 100% make sure they're rinsed completely.
So, how often should dog owners be bathing their pets?
For me, I have a Vizsla that has short hair. Doodles, we offer a 2-week maintenance program in here and a monthly maintenance program. So I have dogs that come in every 2 weeks and have very long hair. Keep in mind, your dogs are oftentimes 2 or 3 inches off the ground and they're in your beds or on your couch. So they are doing nothing but collecting the dust off your floor and in your yard, and it's all coming inside your house. Me personally, I don't like that. I want a clean dog. But if you do wash your dog too often, you can cause dry skin,
like skin problems.
So I do a conditioner bath in between. So on our 2-week program, they get a bath and brush, conditioner, nails. So there are some things you can do, which is either an all over haircut or bathe regularly. If you have a German Shepherd or a Doodle, you may not want to bathe them as often, but you still need to get that extra hair out and the dirt off. So I use a conditioner bath for that.
Even with my dog, I also have a Vizsla, and we live out in the country. He gets absolutely disgusted. I'll take baby wipes and actually just wipe him off really quick when he comes in, just because I don't want all of those gross things that are outside in the country in my house.
The towel chamois work as well.
What are the best shampoos and conditioners for different skin types for the dogs?
Another trick question. If you're looking for a specialty shampoo, your vet will prescribe something. So there are so many different types of skin conditions out there that need specialty shampoos. And us as dog groomers, and they're very expensive. They're upwards of $75 a gallon.
It's kind of like going into the store buying shampoo for humans. Like there's thousands.
Do you have curly hair? Do you have straight hair? All in all, shampoos are a disinfectant. You can use regular old everyday Dawn if you've got a really greasy ear or an ear infection. You've been been helping that ear in there. You can go ahead and get some Dawn shampoo. It's good for baby ducks. It's good for dogs. It will cut through the grease. It'll help in those areas that maybe for a first bath. You just want to make sure it's kind of a lighter. I like Johnson & Johnson shampoo if you need to get something out of their head or face.
Tear free.
And use to cure cradle caps. Esprit makes some great products. Tropic
Really
Clean
clean
is
too.
really good. There are some really good products that you can use out there that are really pricey. We use those in here. We're more professionals and, we're charging for that. There are some things that we'll use in here. I mean, I have Dawn. I use Dawn as part of my skunk for deskunking. It's Dawn, hydrogen peroxide, and a little bit of baking soda and anything that smells good. We mix that together, pour it on, let it sit. So there's something to be said for just, over the counter. I'll mention too, if you have mats and you're washing your dog with mats or tangles that are already on them, what that does is compact that hair more. You're not really bathing the dog's skin. You're bathing the hair and you're tightening it up around the skin. And what that can do in many cases is cause hot spots, or to get those mats so tight to the skin that they'll have to be shaved, that they can't be brushed out. So that's a fun pro tip to not do. Yeah.
What is the biggest mistake pet owners make when bathing their dogs at home?
Not getting the mats out first or tangles out first. It creates a whole slew of problems.
Sweaters on long hairs, dogs, it will create matting with the static electricity. People that wash their dog every week in the shower with them, if you do not comb through or brush through the first, you are going to create a much bigger problem. A hot spot usually is due to moisture. So imagine your hair in a ponytail and you get it wet and you leave your hair in a ponytail. You don't take it down. And every time your hair gets dirty, you're just going to wet it a little bit. If you do that every time and that's sitting there wet, your scalp is going to itch at some point. And if you're a dog, you itch with your feet or you itch with your mouth. And your mouth has got more saliva. So now you're adding more moisture to a mat that's underneath. It's already itching. And what it's going to do, it's going to cause an infection. And you can't get to that. So that's how a hot spot is created. So that is the number one thing I see from people that are bathing their dogs at home, or they come in and we literally will shave off the entire coat of a dog in its whole entirety, just because the dog is so matted. It takes what could have been a really loose tangle, and when you wet it, it locks it in and it just gets tighter and tighter and tighter. That hair shrinks and expands. And if you're not brushing through it before or after a bath, it's going to create major problems for you and your pet, for sure.
Wow. My goodness. Any final words when it comes to general bath care tips for dogs?
Be very careful not to get shampoo in their eyes.
I don't like shampoo in my eyes either.
But in a dog, they can't tell you. So watch for that eye twitch if you've accidentally gotten some in there. And make sure that those ears are cleaned with a bath. And after your dog has gone swimming or in a lake, at a dog park, you want to hose them down after. Make sure that you've gotten all of the little parts off. Check the insides of the ears, check the nose, check the eyes, eyelids, all those little crevices. Make sure you've got those clean and rinsed off thoroughly. No mats and tangles. Yeah.
Love it, Shannon and Tanya. We'll catch you in the next episode. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
You do the same.
That's a wrap for this episode of Tail Talk with Hound Therapy. Ready to book your pet's next groom, daycare stay, or grooming academy tour? Call us at 469-367-0009. That's 469-367-0009 to schedule an appointment. Or visit us online at www.houndtherapy.com. Serving North Texas with expert pet care. Until next time, keep those tails wagging.